How did you and Eddie meet?
Through Keenan.
Okay.
So Eddie would come see me do stand-up. He would bring Prince, Rick James. He just thought like the stuff I was doing was really innovative.
Right.
And, you know, and then I started hanging out with him and Keenan. You know, the first thing Eddie would do when he came out during like Saturday Night Live, and he would call Keenan and go, man, watch this buckwheat tonight. Watch buckwheat.
Right.
Buckwheat got shot. And I'm just like, so at the time I was doing stand-up, before I met Eddie, I'm like, who is this Eddie Murphy everybody talking about? Because as far as I was concerned, I was the next.
Right.
Right? And then I watched him do James Brown getting in a hot tub, and I was like, this is amazing. Amazing.
Right.
And I became, you know, in awe of Eddie. And when and the fact that him and Keenan were like friends,
Right.
as soon as he came out, Keenan, come on. And they hang out to the wee hours of the morning.
And you tagging along.
Tagging along. Eddie would actually bring me, my wife, and my sons on boat rides. Like he would rent a yacht and go around the marina, and I was the only family of just all these pretty women. And Eddie and his boys.
You were like,
Yeah, and Eddie would come over, always make time to come over and sit down with us and go, y'all got something special. This is what I want. And he go, now I'm gonna go get some. But, you know, that was so wonderful for me and to see that life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I never had it on that level.
No.
You know what I mean? I was married from, you know, since 84 or something like that. So I didn't.
Damn, you ain't get a chance to enjoy the single life of your stand-up.
I did. I broke up my marriage. Don't worry. Don't worry. I broke up my marriage.
This man's sick. Oh, I enjoyed it.
Oh, yeah. And I regret it.
Really?
Yeah, because, you know, when in show business, you think that this chemistry you got with this person, this actress is like special and pure. And then what you don't realize is she gonna go do that on the next role with somebody else. And you be like, but I left my wife for you. Yeah. You know what? Tell her the stuff you told my character. She'll take you back. You be like,
damn.
What? Yeah. Yeah.
You got an opportunity to know Eddie up close and personal. What is something about Eddie that you could share that people wouldn't realize about him, that wouldn't know about him?
The funniest guy of my generation, for sure. His mind is like a Rubik's Cube, the way he processes comedy. And he's one of the most giving people. Like, you know, Eddie can steal scenes. He doesn't have to steal scenes because he's the star. Right. Right? But the thing I learned from Eddie was letting other people shine. You bring somebody in. When I did the Banana Man, I was still working in the mailroom, and he told Marty Brest, the director, you gotta let him do it. He wanted me to play the Brunson Pinchot character, right? Who did a wonderful job. But the director was like, nah, he's unseasoned. And he said, all right, then let him do this one little scene. And Eddie was like laughing in the scene. You know, I'm with the biggest star in the world, and he's making me feel funny and encourage me. Go, no, serious. He says, and the director was like, we got to move on. Eddie's gonna, no, we're gonna do this. And we got that take, and it was just the fact that he cared enough, you know, to make sure that I shined was beautiful. And then, you know, Eddie put on Robert Townsend, my brother, you know, all the people that he put on in this business. I don't think people really give him the credit he deserves. Arsenio, he was on Arsenio's show, you know, multiple times to support his friend. You know what I mean? Paul Mooney. Yeah. Eddie put everybody on.
How did you get on? How did Beverly Hills Cops happen?
Eddie would see me do stand-up, and he saw that character. He's like, you got to do this. And he made them put me in the movie.
Eddie, SNL. A lot of people have nobody's been bigger than Eddie. SNL and blew up. I mean, there have been other guys, but nobody like Eddie. You was on SNL for a minute.
Half a season.
What did you think SNL was going to be as opposed to what you got once you got on SNL?
Well, I grew up, when we watch Richard Pryor on SNL, the famous sketch with Chevy Chase and, him with Lily Tomlin playing the drunk. And, it's like, wow, he's bringing our flavor to this show.
Right.
Because before it was white. It was funny.
Yeah.
John Belushi, brilliant, and all those guys were brilliant. But it wasn't us. And then I was like, I was born to do this. And Eddie had just left. Eddie actually came to my, celebration party before I went to New York because I was living out here. And he told me, he said, look, man, learn to write your own sketches because they're going to put you in it and you're going to hate it. They're going to give you black stuff to do. You're going to hate it. And so when I went there, he was right. And I was writing sketches,
right?
But they would shoot it down. This dude would like sit there and read my sketches in front of me and go, yeah. Oh, yeah. I just don't get it. I just got tired of getting shot down. They would, and I kept getting told, well, we're trying to protect you from the Eddie's aura.
Right.
It's like Eddie's gone. And what I knew that the characters that I wanted to do were nothing like Eddie. There would be no comparison, because I didn't really do impressions. I didn't do the kind of stuff Eddie did. These are, the funny thing is, I did an interview for SNL and they showed me my audition tape. In the audition, it's a 12-minute tape of me doing Homie the Clown, Men On, Handyman. There's 7 characters that I did ultimately on In Living Color that I showed them what I could do. And I was writing stuff for these characters. Kept getting shot down. So I didn't care. I just changed characters on them during a live show. And I was like, yeah, give me the ball or let me go.
Let me ask you this. Were you becoming frustrated? Because you're like, I'm doing this, and every time I try to do something, every turn, you shoot it down.
It's that, and then the stuff they were giving me. There was one sketch they wanted me to stand in a loincloth with a spear with no lines.
So what the hell were you going to be doing? Just standing there?
I'm going to be stabbing somebody with this spear. If you think I'm doing this. And I told him, I said, I can't do this. Right. My mother is going to watch this show. I can't do this. And they're like, yeah, got it. You got to service the piece. That's what I was told. Service the piece.
Want to join Club Shay Shay? Become an official member by hitting that subscribe button, where you never know who's going to be joining us for drinks and conversation. Don't be late to the party because we like to do something before 2 something.